using Feedhold. Feedhold probably needs a little bit more explanation all on its own, so we'll do a video on that. Right, we're going to set this job off running now, and we're going to Feedhold it halfway through the job. So the job's going to run. You've just got to pause for the spindle to get to speed, and the job's cutting. And you can see it's working through the code. Now we'll get to a point and we'll Feedhold it there. Now we're in Feedhold. The spindle is still running. The machine has paused. When it stopped the machine, it stopped in a nice controlled manner. If you want to carry on, we can just click on Feedhold again and it will carry on. And the machine carries on. Feedhold it again and it comes to a nice stop. Now while we're in Feedhold, we can turn the spindle off. Spindle is turned off. We can't jog the machine around. If we try to jog the machine using the kit, it won't allow us to jog it because we're in Feedhold. But now then, we've turned the spindle off. But if we release the Feedhold again, it will set off moving, but the spindle isn't spinning. So the golden rule is, if you turn the spindle off, you'll turn the spindle back on. You can turn the spindle back on by pushing spindle clockwise. Yep. So I say, the golden rule is, if you turn the spindle off, you must turn the spindle back on. If the machine turns the spindle off for any reason, the machine will automatically start the spindle back up when it continues on its way. Now, Feedhold is very handy. Let's say you're in the middle of a job and you need to speak to someone, the phone rings, you can Feedhold it and you can turn the spindle off. Do your telephone conversation, come back, carry on with the job. But you must, again, like I say, if you turn the spindle off, you must start the spindle back up. It's the most common mistake people make, is forgetting to turn the spindle back on. It's also a good way if you want to bring your job to a controlled stop. So you'd Feedhold the job, and now you can just cycle stop the machine, and that's it. You've stopped your code, and the machine's been stopped in a controlled manner. You can rewind your file. Rewind your file, and then we'll continue. We'll cut the job again. Now the machine's moving, but this time I'm going to push cycle stop, not control stop, and the machine will stop abruptly. You'll notice it stop abruptly when I do it. It's not stopped in a controlled manner, it's stopped really abrupt. Basically what you've done there, you've lost position because it didn't stop in a controlled manner. You've got to assume it's lost position, in which case what you would do is re-home the machine and then set your job back off again. If you want to set back off from the same position, you would do a run from here by taking a note of the line number and doing run from here. But you must home the machine before you reset, before you continue on, because effectively you have lost position. We didn't really lose position there in this instance because we wasn't going fast enough, but if the machine had been going faster, it would have stopped really abruptly and you would have been out of position. Only ever so tiny, we're talking fractions of a millimetre, but it's enough to affect a job in some cases. So that is Feedhold. Thank you.